Welcome back to Best Man Made. You got Mac. Listen, I was on the road with the fellas during the tour and everything. We were in Texas, right? And this guy comes to me, he says, hey Mac, listen, I know you were doing this book, you're reading this book, The Alchemist. Have you ever read this book called 48 Laws of Power? Now, I've heard about this book from a lot of people. In fact, I just recently heard about it again when I was watching Luke Cage, which you guys might have seen that clip too. But anyway, I said, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Maybe I'll go ahead and take a look at it. I'll read it. You know what? I'll review it on Best Man Made. So, with me saying that, I want to make sure I do just that, and I want to give you what I got from the 48 Laws of Power. Now, here's the thing. Before I get this thing started, the book is long, okay? It's got 48 laws in it. But the really thing that kind of threw me off was what it made me think after I read it. With that said, let's go. All right, so Robert Greene wrote this book back in 1998, I believe. It's called The 48 Laws of Power. A lot of things, man, a lot of people have used this book, have used these laws to build themselves up, whether it be influencers, whether it be politicians, whether it be businessmen, whatever it might be. But I want to tell you this first. When I first started reading this book, I didn't want to finish it. It's got this, it's about deception. Now, I don't know how you feel about deception, but I despise people that use deception. I really do. I'd rather you, even if you hate me or you don't like me or you want to, do something, whatever, I'd rather you come out and say it. I don't want you to have to use deception, go about things in a very indirect way. But while I kind of kept reading it, I understood that the thing that Robert Greene kept saying, he said, listen, power is a game. Whether you choose to play that game or not, that's up to you. But see, the world around you is playing that game. So it's best to know about it and not use it, then let it affect you and you not know why. So I'm going to share with you a select few of those laws from 1 to 10. So law number 5 is guard your reputation with your life. I kind of paraphrase it there, but your reputation, what you stand for, what you represent is extremely important, because one thing he says is reputation is the cornerstone of power. And once you don't have it anymore, you're vulnerable. Once you lose that reputation of whatever it is that you built up, you're vulnerable. What you do, who you with, what you stand for, what you wear, all these things are important when you're building a reputation. All right? Now, trust me, I know what that is right now, because as I do Best Man Made, I want to make sure that my reputation as Best Man Made stands for a certain thing, right? It's not always good, it's not always bad, it just is what it is. So you have to be able to be sure to create a reputation that you want to have about yourself as you go throughout life. Law number 6, gain attention at all costs. Wow. Greene says if people are talking about you, then they're giving you energy. They're actually building you up. Whether they talk about you for good or for bad, he even goes on to say that notoriety of any sort will give you power, will build your power. That might be true, but you gotta be really careful. So one thing about notoriety is, it goes back to law 5, the reputation thing. The notoriety, you might get power, you might get influence, but you gotta remember, that's gonna stick to your reputation. He says basically, have a controversial image, because controversial image will bring you notoriety. That'll help build your power. Now here's the problem with the controversial image thing. We see this all the time. We always look at the enemy, the bad guy. We focus and we give the enemy of the bad guy more energy, right? Versus the good guy, like Batman versus Bane. We look at Bane and we like, oh man, Bane is an interesting guy because he says this and he thinks that, but it's something about the human psyche that likes that controversial image. Think about your celebrities right now. Think who is the most effective, the most influential when it comes to not only American society, maybe just the world in general. Take these people, for example, and tell me what you think. Law number 9, win through actions, not by argument. The The reason why this is important is because winning an argument is a temporary success. That's a temporary achievement. You putting all your time and all your effort towards winning an argument, and the person arguing don't want that. They don't want to win the argument. They want some type of attention. And you're giving all that attention to throwing out these little words, but words don't mean shit. They're not strong enough. It's the actions. It's what you do physically. This goes back to things like right now with bullying online, with social media comments, with haters, with trolls, whatever it might be. If you're putting your energy not only to write that, then that's worthless anyway. But if you're putting your energy towards responding to that type of chaos, it's not gonna do you any good, man. Let them make that comment. Let them give you that energy. Okay, law number 10. This is the last one I'm gonna give you. Greene says, avoid the unlucky and the unhappy. Reason why he's saying this, he actually calls it infection. He says people's emotional states are infectious and can give you deadly or fatal harm. Because, and it's true. You know, you get around people that just always look at life in a negative way, or they have such bad things happening in their life. That shit has a way of rubbing off on you. Get those people far away from you, man. Get them out of your life. I've always said that. Cut the negativity out. It's cancerous, to be honest, true. I mean, it really is. Instead, connect with those that are happy and fortunate, right? Because that's gonna come off on you too. And you won't give so much time and effort towards trying to help them in their own situation, right? You'll be building up not only yourself but them as well when you're around fortunate and happy people. Now listen, these are just the first 1 through 10. I'll give you the second half and third half or whatever, fourth half of this a little bit later. But I have to go in and give you these things as I can. Right now I got a lot of things to do. I got moves to make because I'm looking at this whole thing like a man. Little boys right now, they don't have much to do. The laws of power affect them, not the other way around. But as we all know here, on Best Man Made, boys are born, but men are made. We'll see you next time. I put the stingy brim on, and oh my God, your boy Matt looking like he knows something. Yo, son, yeah? Oh, okay. Hey man, it's East Coast, baby. East side over here, man. Brick wall behind me. Woo! Yeah, you wanna go inside for a quick drink? Yeah, let's do that, man. Hold up. Is he talking something? Hold up. See, that's the look you need. I ain't saying you gotta be vicious with it, but you got a little swag to your look. This, fellas, this is how you can turn your swag up.